And good evening, my lovely Lost Tales, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite for my fantastical Friday stream. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight, because tonight is a very, very special night. We are playing Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. I'm thinking I might play this up until I want to switch things over with playing Dragon Age the Veilguard next Friday. So for the next few streams, we're going to be exploring the Pristine Cut. Honestly, I am just so excited to see what they've added to this, because I'm already a huge fan of the original. It's one of my new favorite games. And I've been trying to play a little bit I pretty much as soon as we finished streaming it a couple of months ago, I tried to explore it a little bit more, but then I hadn't picked it up in a few months. So when they announced the Pristine Cut, I didn't play any of it at all because I wanted to try and get as much out of my head as possible so that then when we did come back to it, I would be nice and refreshed and very excited to explore. Also, yes, how could I resist wearing one of my crowns for the promo pic that I post when I go live, because I love my little crown collection. So pretty. Oh, you are too kind, my lovelies. Thank you. And yes, the idea of cosplaying the princess has been swimming around in my thoughts. But ideally, I would love to do it as a paired cosplay with someone who could cosplay the hero. As well, and we could walk around the convention space together. But that would be quite a work in progress, because I would have to conceptualize the cosplay, because she takes so many different forms. But yes, that is something that I'm definitely considering doing. But I am very excited to see what lies ahead in the Pristine Cut. I love this game so much that I bought the Pristine Cut Collector's Edition that comes with the statuette and everything, just so I could get the game on the Switch, so I can play it when I'm on flights and stuff, and I've got a really, really long flight ahead of me. I cannot wait for it to eventually get here. It's going to be so cool, so shiny. I can't wait. I technically didn't do the double pre-order because I already bought this game before the Pristine Cut was announced. But then when the Pristine Cut was announced, I was like, ooh, but the collector's edition has all the cool, pretty trinkets in it. And I really want it. So I'll get it for the Switch as well. She's going to kill you, hugs anyway, and dies. Honestly, that's just the mood. That's the mood of this game. It's flirts with you violently. Oh my god, but I am so in love with this game, and I can't wait to see what they've put in the Pristine Cut. But how are you all doing, my lovelies? It's at the end of another week. Honestly, the past 2 streams, Monday and Wednesday, have been back-to-back really, really long streams. So I'll see how I do tonight. We'll probably be sticking close to my normal length of about 3 hours, 3.5 hours or so. But just a heads up, if I'm not if my energy's running a little bit low after a couple of hours, then I might call it a slightly shorter night, which is all good. So today I got a little box of Nurglings. I plan on gluing them to my Death Guard vehicles. They're just little guys. You just need a little sprinkling, a little salt bay of Nurglings to make everything that much more decrepit and decayed. Dan from the internet, thank you so much for the 9-month resub. Thank you. Happy almost Halloween. I'm going to a costume party for the first time in ages this weekend. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of people are having Halloween parties on this weekend, because Halloween technically falls on next Wednesday. Next Thursday. So it makes sense that everyone's scheduling Halloween parties for this weekend, which is very, very cool. I think some of my neighbors, in the building opposite me, they're maybe having a Halloween party this weekend, because I can see onto through their balcony and stuff, all these big streamers and cobwebs in their apartment, which is really, really cool. Papa Nurgle bless, indeed. Blessings and petulance, my child. Oh, I would love to host a Halloween party, but I sadly just don't have the space in my apartment for hosting people. Oh, but I'm very much excited for Halloween this year, for celebrating Samhain. Like, for me, it's a big holiday. I do a lot of stuff, all very kind of like the spiritual side of things as well. So I take that full day off to get shit done, to like organize things, to clean, to just renew my space and everything like that. So I am very excited for that. And then literally the day after, we're streaming Dragon Age the Veil Guard, so I'm very excited. I'm doing great. Sonic X Shadows Generations is out today. I'm happy to be here for more Steph's streams. Oh yeah, Sonic X Shadow Generations has been on my Steam wishlist, so I might have to check that out myself. But I'm probably going to wait until after I've played Dragon Age the Veil Guard, because I know that game is just going to consume my life. Hell yes. Hell yes. Because it looks really, really cool, and I haven't played a lot of the newer Sonic games, but it's got my boy Shadow. It's got my boy Shadow. I gotta play it. But with us returning to Slay the Princess, I'm gonna try my best to pick routes that we haven't seen before. And I haven't rewatched my VODs or anything like that, but I'm trying to remember what kind of bridging paths we made, because it felt like the last time we played this, I made quite clean cut decisions. It was like, okay, this route, we're going to go all the way through being nice and not having the dagger at all. And we're going to go through this route with us having the dagger at all times and going through. So I'm going to try a little bit to be more deceptive in some ways, like bringing the dagger down with us but then being coy or being quite aggressive, or not bringing the dagger down and then like in the second route like stabbing her in the back or something like that. Try to find paths that I haven't explored yet, and try and make sure that I save often, because if I find we're back on a path we've already seen, I kind of then want to be like, okay, let's reload the previous save and try something a little bit different, because I want to try and see a lot of the new stuff that they've included, as well as routes that we haven't seen yet. Absolutely, I'm starting with the Sonic remake first. I'll be waiting a bit longer to play the new Shadow campaign. It's all good. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Okay, Satya. This game is a love story. It is a visual novel. It is a horror visual novel, I should specify. And because it is a horror visual novel, it does have disturbing imagery, mostly like body horror stuff, violence, manipulation, stuff like that. But honestly, it is a masterpiece of storytelling. And once you get into the flow of things, it'll reveal itself as it goes. So if you're coming to this completely new and you don't know anything about this game, that's even better. I'll try and play like the first couple of encounters like we're coming to this completely new. But then once we get back into the flow of things with the narrator and the heroes and everything like that, then we will see where things take us. I had a pretty tiring day, to be honest. I had to get up super early and had to rush home to make it to stream on time. But other than that, I'm super excited to see more Steph's streams. Weaver, you're so kind. Thank you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Last night I was telling myself, okay, I've got to get up at like 5:45 in the morning so I can get to the gym, do my weight training and everything like that. But then it was like, okay, I'll just be on TikTok for a little bit. And then I saw one of my favorite TikTokers who does like goth and alternative fashion stuff, and she talks about I like fashion items she recommends, or pulling together looks or different perfumes and stuff like that. I trust her judgment so much because she has exquisite taste. She announced that one of my favorite brands, Ask and Embler, were having a Halloween sale with 30% off. And I was lying in bed, cozy as a bunny in a burrow, with my little phone in front of my face, just staring at it, just like, am I really about to get out of bed so I could just rush to my wish list and buy almost all the jewelry that I've been desperately wanting for the past 8 months? Cut to me like hunched over my laptop like a little goblin with my credit card. So I have some lovely earrings, a ring, What else did I get? I got a lip cuff as well. I don't have a lip cuff yet, but I had to pre-order it because it's sold out very, very quickly. So I've got some new rings on the way, some earrings and a lip cuff, and they're so shiny. They're so shiny and they're so pretty, and I can't wait for them to arrive. The schedule I have working for my brother is being weird, so there are going to be some days I can't make it to stream. That is completely fine, Sam. Everyone has life stuff going on, so it's all good. Everyone is relatively well behaved in chat. Most of the time. Things might get a little bit weird when we get the voice of the broken and the voice of the smitten hanging out with us a little bit later, probably. Why do you spell Twitch weird on YouTube? So, I do that because social media platforms don't like it when you promote other social media platforms or entertainment platforms through them. So that's why I spell Twitch on like other platforms a little bit weird, or I use weird letters and characters that when you look at the word, you can see what I'm trying to say, but I have to use different symbols and stuff so that the algorithm doesn't pick up like, oh, she's telling people on our platform to get off our platform and go to like another website. It's dumb, but it's one of those things I have to do. Like, it's the same way that when you hear people on like TikTok and stuff talk about like, I have a new video up on my TubeUB, and like, you just kind of have to say that, like, it's clearly they mean YouTube, but TikTok doesn't like people being like, oh, they're taking people off of our website or our app to go watch something else. Yeah, it's kind of like looping around what the algorithm is like, or trying my best to push against what the algorithm would do, because if I spelt it normally, they'd be like, oh, she's trying to tell people to go away, like, we have to make sure no one sees this post, like, which is annoying. But yeah, it's kind of dumb, but it's just a thing I gotta do. Tell the word twatch on YouTube. Luckily, Blue Sky doesn't do that. Honestly, I'm loving Blue Sky so much. Also, if you don't follow my Blue Sky, you really should. It's essentially where I'm going to be migrating to once I leave Twitter, because I'll be honest, I'm pretty sick of Twitter. I'm not going to close my account or anything like that, because I don't want anyone taking my username. But I am probably going to like just head off Twitter for a while. Yes, I need to make an actual link to my Blue Sky and have that as a command. But yes, so let us not waste any more time. Let us jump into Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut, because I am very excited to jump into this game. And let us go, my lovelies. So again, this is a horror visual novel with complicated relationships and a sprinkling of romance if you look for it. But it is also quite gruesome, so quick content warning for things like regular use of violence, manipulation, subjugation, body horror, sometimes squelching uncomfortable sounds, but it's all good. It's a fantastic game, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay. Let's continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
It depends on what kind of knight we are, what kind of hero we are.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Also, yes, I'm going to be kind of role-playing it a little bit like we're all in on the conversation, because I just have way too much fun with it.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
But what if I want to do it wrong? So when we first started this game, oh yeah, I last played it back in April. Sweet. Hang on. Yes. Where was our last kind of save? Okay, let's jump to page... let's jump to page 6. And we'll start saving from this point. Okay. I want to enter the basement without the dagger to start. And see where this takes us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you?
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Hey, Scarlet, how's it going? Welcome back.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
How about you shush and let me see what she has to say?
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Yeah, before we rush in and examine it, let's save. I want to just talk a little bit first, since she's more open and softer at first.
Okay.
I'm also trying to see if there's any options here that feel different. Okay, so I think... sorry, you can't really see it behind where my webcam is, but I'll read them out to you. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I haven't seen what this leads to. This might be new. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this, and then examine the chains. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. Ooh, okay. I want to save this again here. I want to choose the one, because it's kind of messed up, but I think this is new. I haven't seen this before. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
This is going to lead to something terrible. I know it.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
Listen, I thought it was kind of messed up, but okay compromise.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Oh.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
What if we lock her in the basement and walk away?
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Apparently I can.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right?
I think she can.
She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
Okay, I want to stick through the plan and just try locking her away. Because I don't think we've tried just locking her up before. It's always been either, like, kill her or free her. No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her away.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Yep, just gonna stay here.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
No!
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
No, thank you.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
No, thank you.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
Do enlighten me.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it doesn't.
Ooh. Yeah, because she's turned much more aggressive and isn't, like, pleading to be let out. Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
The bashing. Oh, God.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar.
Oh, shit.
Its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Oh, God.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Whose side are you on?
Yours, of course.
Really?
But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Chat, do not take that out of context. It's not what you think she's saying.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
This is fine.
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
And it's a horrifying, yes.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Oh, good. This is new. We haven't gotten this path, I think.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Shh. What if he hears us?
Ooh, voice of the paranoid. Hello.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
He can hear everything.
Shit.
He can hear you, chat. He can sense you.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her.
We'll see how that
One
goes.
of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
The second one.
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Okay. Okay, I'm interested in exploring. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Oh, hush you. Just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her?
I kind of wish they added new VAs for the narration. It probably would have added a little more flair. Honestly, I'm in the opposite opinion. I think that the fact that I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of the voice actress for the princess, but the fact that it's just 2 voice actors in this game, for me, just speaks leagues of their talent and all these different facets that they're able to perform. Like, each of these identities feels wholly unique because there's still facets of a cohesive whole. They're still separate parts of one entity of a way. So it makes sense, at least to me, that they would all have the same or similar voices, or the same voice actor at least.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already. No, you should do anything but that. We know what's waiting for us in that basement.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special.
I like being special too.
Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Yeah, about that, I'll do my best, but no promises.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Let's keep going. Now, the question arises, do we take the dagger down, or do we not take the dagger down?
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
I'm gonna save. Save over the start of this one. Try and do it for like 1 line per route. I say no, dagger. The princess has done nothing wrong. Yeah. Also, who are these guys looking in on us?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
Okay, thank you, Paranoid.
What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
There isn't.
We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Oh, why would you? I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. But if he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Maybe he's trying to keep us from looking because there's something horribly wrong with us.
There's something in my teeth. Oh no.
There isn't something horribly wrong with you. You look exactly how you're supposed to look. Now stop second-guessing my every word.
No. Let's look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
This really isn't funny.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Okay, so I'm going to not take the blade. Yeah, let's not take the blade. I'm curious if we come down peaceful, because she was very aggressive last time. So let's enter the basement without the blade.
Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favors.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh, this is new. This is new.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Oh, this is new.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Oh no.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
We will persuade her with the power of our love. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna save again because we have something interesting. I'm going to talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs and continue down the stairs in silence. Oh, it's kind of terrible. I want to see what happens if we step off into the void. But at the same time, I want to know what she looks like. Ah, fuck! That's the thing about this game, is that there's sometimes too many options and you want to see all of them. Okay, you know what? I kind of want to do like chaos on this route, or at least this first route, and just try doing weird stuff at first. I want to step off the void, into the void, or at least try to. We're just like looking into this abyss with all these eyes, and then we just like fall forward.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I wanted to see if I could fly. Fuck you. Okay, options. I was curious. I don't know, falling into an infinite void seemed better than going downstairs and dying. I'm just scared. I was curious.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself
this is
between
new.
2 loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
It'll be fine, paranoid.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
I don't want to be like a complete stubborn jackass and just be like, I'm gonna sit here and do nothing. I'm gonna pick a direction and I'll try going right because that has more cobblestones.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Oh, she's a cutie patootie!
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
I'm sorry?
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart. What are you doing?
Oh, interesting. We can hear the voice of the paranoid in the background.
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops
Jesus.
as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Yes, please. I kind of want to keep my eyes open.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want? Or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs,
Liver, nerves.
heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Nerves,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
liver,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead.
liver.
Even if you look ridiculous.
Oh,
She's
she's so cool.
miraculous. Liver. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Heart. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
Yeah, why bring down a weapon against something like this? So, wields the power of persuasion.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you? Liver, nerves, heart,
Oh,
liver,
couple of options. Okay.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Ooh. Okay, so we've got a couple of different options. We've got, why don't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? If you want to work together, you can at least turn off this whole organs shutting down situation. How about I just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even. And then we've got a couple of different ending options. I'm gonna try and see if I can get some more information from her. What happened after you killed me last time?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Thank you.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
I love her. She's great.
You seem miserable.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organs shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Fair point.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Okay, because we don't have a weapon, I'm gonna see if I can persuade her to soften herself a little bit, like, and be more possibly agreeable. Like, hey, we can figure this out. We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends, even.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Liver,
Ah.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Okay.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
And what if I let you out? What then? Do we go our separate ways?
Definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
Chat, don't volunteer too quickly.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Mm,
lungs, liver,
okay.
nerves, heart.
So we have a couple of options, which will lead to a couple of different endings, but I like the fact that we're trying to be a little bit more agreeable and work together. Like, especially up against, like, something this horrific. Let's try and leave together.
Nerves,
Okay,
lungs,
let's get out of here.
what? No!
Shush you!
You round. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
Hey, chill monkey, how's it going?
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Shit!
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
You got a front row seat, sweetheart. Suck it up.
Lungs, liver,
Okay, we've got no cursing.
Stuff down here.
We've got no cursing point redemption from Lord Azul. Oh, I'll do my best.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it. But we don't. We've already made our choice.
We have.
We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right.
Yes, please.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Step onto the stairs and follow the princess.
nerves. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it?
Yes.
At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Hush you.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
I tried to fall. Something wouldn't let me.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you.
Oh, shit.
There is nothing there.
No, okay.
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your direction,
No.
watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet.
Like, listen, that's a fate that I think most of chat will be on board with. This is fine.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerve. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now.
No, this is an entity that can see all. If we pick up that weapon, she's going to know immediately something's wrong.
Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart.
Heart,
Liver?
lungs, liver,
Your
nerves.
body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin.
We just passed the fuck out.
Oh, no! You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I?
Apparently so.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
Oh, good, she's taking that choice away for me.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes into the inky black of the basement, never to be seen again. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
That's a big mood.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do.
Okay. Okay, we step into the world. Oh, this is gonna go so badly.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed everyone.
Oh my god, his voice is fading out. We also got an achievement for unleashing doom upon everyone. Hell of a way to start tonight, guys.
It's so beautiful. I Can't wait to ruin it.
Lungs,
But
liver,
it's so cold,
nerves,
too.
heart,
It's
lung,
itching against my skin.
Oh.
nerves, heart, lungs,
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
lungs, liver.
You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I should feel better with her gone. But I don't.
The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? Yeah. No voice needling us anymore. Feels good, but I also feel itchy. Cold.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
We approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. My beautiful bird boy. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. I proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Let us approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is filled with sadness, a doll abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Okay, I'm going to ask all of these questions. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Welcome to Slay the Princess, everyone! Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. And we got a new achievement, bring
You're
the
on a
nightmare to
path
her.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so this run, I want to go in really, really nice. Like we're about to save her. But then maybe things go a little bit wrong, perchance. Oh, and I think I made it through the no cursing channel point redemption with no cursing. I think maybe I said Jesus at one point, but I'm not sure if that counts. So thank you so much for that, Lord Azul, and also thank you for the stretch check. King Deadlock. Oh. My arms are sore. Killing the princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
You're going to be very disappointed with me in a second.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I proceed to the cabin. I'm going to try and rescue her, but then the second round through, things might go a bit weird.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I enter the basement without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't
We're
let
such
it
a
fool you.
romantic.
It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you?
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
We'll save
I
you.
am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do and examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making
She's
a
so
huge
sweet.
mistake.
Not at all the nightmare creature that we saw before.
No, you're doing the right thing.
I always am, even when I'm bad.
Walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's like a cat laying on its back, tempting you to pet the belly. Like, there's nothing wrong. It's not like she's gonna, like, trap you with her claws anytime soon.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
How dare you!
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
I return to the princess.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I will save the princess.
Fine.
Interesting, that was the only option that came up. We didn't have slay the princess as an option, it was only to save her.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Stop that.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Stop that.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
No, I want to warn her.
Stop that.
Make me.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No, I want to resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
Make me.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Stab me.
But you aren't
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Ah.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Come on.
Her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Oh, and I'll do it again.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
At least she's saying she's sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife,
It's
your
fine.
legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Oh, but she's still so cute.
It can't just end like this, right?
It will.
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
She
As
looks
much
so
as I prefer for
sad.
things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened.
The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table.
I love you,
Then
Smitten.
should know that we and the princess are in love.
Yes.
And the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
I love Smitten so much. He is
See
the
about that.
biggest simp.
Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically.
No.
It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Correct. Okay, let's proceed to the cabin. Oh.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Hey Jen, how's it going? Hey y'all, went to early vote and got some breakfast. Yay, democracy! Fuck yes! And yes, all of you in the States, please go vote. Please go vote. It's very important. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Now this time I want to take the blade, and so I'm kind of curious if this run we stab her in the back. So I'm curious to see where this would lead to us, because last time we went damsel route, we were just like, yes, let's rescue her, and then she just kind of collapsed on us. I want to see what happens if we stab her in the back.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, let's approach the mirror first.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
I'm looking at the brickwork, shut up.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Hush you.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Hey, does the player character have a crab claw for a hand, or was that just old promo images? There might be old promo images because our hand that we see in this game is much more like a bird, like specifically a bird of prey, because it has nails, kind of like hooked talons sort of thing. Okay, I'm going to save here, and I'm going to see what happens if we take the blade now, as opposed to if we took the blade if it appears later on, like once we get in there. But let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Okay, I'm very morbidly curious to see what happens to Smitten if we choose
Hopefully
to stab
it doesn't
her.
put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again, there's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
I enter the basement. Blade in hand. Mwahaha.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far.
No!
We barely even know
Not
the
far
princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
But we like the over-the-top fawning hero.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh, she's
There's
so
a
cute.
heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Absolutely, and then I'm going to stab you in the back.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Oh.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Exactly, we're here to return and save our love and do the right thing by killing her.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Mm-hmm.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
But we love it. Okay, I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna play along and be nice until an opportunity arises to land the final blow. Do I have to cut you out again? I really didn't care for that last time.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Oh, great!
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
She's adorable.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Okay. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
She's an angel.
Not so sure.
Okay. I want to see what happens if we... Oh, this is messed up. If we just run in and slay her now, or try and slay her now, as opposed to rescuing and slaying her later. Like... Okay. Because I wanted to see what happens. I want to see what happens.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, no. You barbarian, what do you think you're doing? But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on.
Oh, she's
The
so
princess's
cute.
eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces
Oh, I
her
feel
heart,
terrible.
and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, don't say that. I feel bad.
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
Oh, God. Oh. I am a piece of shit.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
I got the achievement Lady Killer. Slay the innocent. Yay.
I feel sick. Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable. You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
The narrator gives 0 fucks.
Get over it. You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for.
Wait,
Might as well just end it all.
Smitten, what are you doing?
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and... rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
Oh, dagger, here is thy sheath. Ha! Okay, options. I'm the one who makes the decisions here, and I say no. If that's what you want to do, let's see what happens. Oh. I want to see what happens if Smitten just slays us. If that's what you want to do, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do that. You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all?
We've got a thespian on our hands. I love it.
Don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry.
I'm sorry, Smitten.
Everything goes dark.
And you die. Ooh, the grey. Oh shit, I haven't seen this before.
You're on a path in the woods. You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
Oh, voice of the cold. Interesting.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
Oh, God.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
2.
It's our third.
Oh.
What gave it away?
Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
We will see,
If
Smitten.
it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice.
It was unpleasant.
It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Is that a threat?
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
Oh, this is awesome.
Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Do you two need a room?
Good. I am too. Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends. Yes, I already told you that she's alive.
Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well.
I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
We will see.
Influence doesn't require life.
Oh, okay, that's cold.
But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed.
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
We will see. I'm the one in charge here, and if we slay her again, you are not going to make us kill ourselves. Is that clear?
Oh, it's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you seem to think you are.
Fine.
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about him. Besides, if he kills us again, he kills us again. It doesn't matter. He'll tire out eventually. The flame of passion always burns out in the end.
Spoken like a true cynic. Enough bickering. Just stay focused and get to the cabin.
Whatever happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
I'll do my best.
Oh, we'll muck it up alright.
We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
You say that.
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens. Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion? I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me.
Oh, this is interesting, having cold and smitten as essentially as I think Sam said, two sides of the same coin. Interesting.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
We proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall.
Oh, it was Weaver who said that. Okay, cool.
Is that her? Our beloved. So she does live.
I'm not sure if she's alive, Smitten.
She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door, it's just that damn mirror again. Ah, yes, the mirror. So we can see the monster we've become. If it even lets us look before it vanishes too.
Yeah, I'm getting Crimson Peak flashbacks a bit as
Is
well.
this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade.
Oh.
Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it.
That's a very good point, actually.
Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
This is going to be interesting. I will approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier.
I am.
That doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off. Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way. It's time for all of you to see what we've become.
Pixelmate Graphics, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for entrusting me with your wonderful community. What were you guys up to? What were you playing? We're playing Slay the Princess, Pristine Cut, and it is so good. I did play this game before, so I'm trying to make different choices from what we've played last time. But welcome, guys. Pull up a seat. Feel free to lurk with us. To hang out with us. Pixelmate, if you've got to head out, do like post-stream stuff. That's all good. Thank you so much for dropping by with the raid. It's awesome. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Did you slay the princess? We rescued the princess, and then she killed us, and we then slayed her. We slayed the damsel. And now we are back, and the voice of the smitten and the voice of the cold are wonderful foils to each other, and we're having a great time with this.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us.
Oh, we're having a great time. Like, my chat generally has very voice of the smitten energy. So we're all just like on board with this game and just absolutely loving it.
No way left to go but down.
We enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again.
My love.
She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Also, this music, with it being so much more like bittersweet, it's like the sweeping strings. This whole energy feels very Crimson Peak, kind of Wuthering Heights sort of vibe, and I'm loving this. Okay, the options are: I'm sorry about last time. Are we good? Is anyone there? I think we have a lot to talk about. I don't have a weapon. There wasn't anything upstairs for me when I got here. I'm gonna say, I think we have a lot to talk about.
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? I don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
Of course she's livid, and with good reason.
You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
We proceed down the stairs.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the room. See? She's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Smitten, I hate to break this to you.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up.
Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
Oh shit.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
Oh.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
Just start running up the stairs towards her. I'm sorry,
You
darling.
sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
Oh,
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
Oh shit.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
Are you mad at me for killing you? I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. You gave me so much to think about. And it's all going to be over soon. It's all going to be better.
She's holding a grudge.
Just a bit.
She wouldn't. She's perfect. The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Oh god.
Bad. I bet it'll feel really, really bad. Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now. I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
Oh god.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Okay, I'm going to rush to the door.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno.
Oh god.
You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom.
Oh.
You're stuck here. Your skin starts to bubble. As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours.
Oh god.
You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit. The pain is unbearable at first.
Oh god, we're still
Every inch of
conscious.
you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins.
Oh
It
god.
isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. But somehow, the nothing is so much worse. You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away.
I mean, we've both seen better days, but let's go out together, darling.
Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin. It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
We got the achievement burning down the house. Bye, princess. But despite your best efforts, you do not die. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Oh. I approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. How do we look? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, look at us. Burnt and bubbling and gross. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is passion betrayed. But even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart. Do not mourn her, for she has finally found her light.
What do you feel about me, these vessels I've been bringing to you, that I've hurt them?
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Okay, I think I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Oh, that one was so sad. Okay, we brought a bright heart. Bring the burned grey to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
You're here
To slay her.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so this time, both previous times we didn't bring the dagger with us. This time, let's bring the dagger. And I want to see if we are just like no holds barred, just like go in, try and kill her. But I remember we tried this last time and I made the mistake of checking that she was dead and I didn't just leave all the way out. I kind of want to see what happens if I really stick to my guns and don't check her and see if that changes things. I'll save it. If it leads us down the same path as we did with our previous run, then I'll pick something different.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Sorry, I'm a little bit eepy. So yes, let's save. Because I was very pleased with this run with the nightmare, so let's save over this. We take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I continue down the stairs.
Good.
No words,
Still
just
listening to
focus.
reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You guessed it. Okay, let's do another quick save at this choice. Steal our nerves and just step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I want to see.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead. Okay, let's save.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, You make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened?
Where's my reward?
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Narrator, what have you done? I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Great.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Okay, maybe I'm not happy. And I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
God, he's so manipulative.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna save on top of here because our options are anything to get out of the cell, and you're right, I didn't like that idea. I'm just gonna stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer. Let's just chill here for a bit longer.
What a relief. I suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yay, we got the good ending, guys.
Committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh, fine. Okay, we're past the point of no return. There's no going back now. So imagine if you did this route on your first playthrough, that would be the ending that you would get. But she's like, I need you to get me vessels. Okay, maybe I'm not happy, and I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because the blade.
Okay, go. Already had this chat.
He's right. Do you hear that? Do you not? There's more. Don't you dare.
Okay. anything to get us out of this hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
You should know me by now. I am stubborn to a fault. Fuck you.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Nice and succinct.
The end. Nice knowing you.
I just fully imagine the narrator's just like fully flipping us off at this point, just like, fuck you. Ooh, the spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Voice of the cold, nice that you're back.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
She won't be a problem.
Proceed to the cabin. What's it look like?
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Interesting that all of these options that we've gotten so far have been distinctly otherworldly. Like, we had the nightmare, we've had, the ghost of our beloved, and now we have this. The spectre, apparently.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We'll take the blade with us again this time.
Like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Okay, I'll try approaching the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Okay, take the blade, enter the basement.
Take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As
Oh,
you descend
God.
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Ugh.
A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead.
It's just like I told you.
Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
Oh, she's so cute!
The rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Oh, she's so cute!
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
I will say absolutely play this game with headphones because I could hear her like passing through the space behind me and then coming out this side on the screen. It was so good.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Oh, okay. I kind of want to be... I want to just see, like... Because we're trying to be a little bit more aggressive, or a lot more aggressive in this run, so I want to see what happens if we try and slay her now.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused.
Oh.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Oh, shit.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, Killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here.
Oh, now I feel bad. I want to be nice.
You can go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
Now hear me out.
After all, you owe me.
Absolutely not.
What about his firm maybe?
Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
Ooh, there's a thought.
Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
That's my decision to make, smartass. The him they're referring to is the narrator. Like, if she possesses us, could she hear the narrator? If I let you in, do I still get to be in control?
Sure, why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring. It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
But an interesting one. Before I agree to anything, we need to talk about what happens after you leave this place. I was told you to end the world.
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over. She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's try not to let emotion get the better of it.
What are you going to do if I help you get out of here?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you.
I mean, she's adorable. I'm not opposed to that.
It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses, the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when that someone's dead.
She pulls back with a playful giggle.
I don't think most living people could answer that, either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
Well, were you going to end the world?
I don't know. I just wanted to leave. I still just want to leave.
You didn't answer my question. Do you want to end the world?
The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place. It's still the only thing I want.
You still didn't answer my question. Even if you don't want to end it, does letting you out of here mean the world is going to end?
It does. We're not
Shush.
asking you. We've heard your whole speech already.
I really don't know. I'm not lying to you. I promise.
See, she promised. It's fine.
The world doesn't matter. All I remember is that I'm supposed to be there, not here. I'm just supposed to be a part of it. It's home, I think. But what does it mean for anything to end? I ended, but I also didn't. And you ended too. But here you are. And you don't even look any different. I'm not so sure endings are real.
That's true when it comes to this game. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. We killed her.
Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened. But you have a job to finish. Finish how? We already did what you told us. And now she's a ghost. You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you? And then what? And then you'll have saved the world. I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world. If that's even still an option. What do you mean, after? You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? Are you going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that.
Oh, I have to say, I really love the delivery of the voice of the cold, because it's distinctly that breathiness comes across as like detached, but at the same time there's this biting cynicism to it, which I really like.
I'm not going to lock you anywhere.
Oh, really?
What an interesting choice of emphasis.
Let's save. Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me. All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, because I was really like vicious and aggressive in this, it feels like it's an interesting parallel to how things went with the nightmare, where things didn't end well, and I ended up locking her down here. Now I'm thinking like, okay, this is now a way I can get her out, and maybe things will be different. I'm sorry. Is there any way I can make it up to you?
You already know what I want. Let me in.
After I killed you, this cabin, I want to say it teleported? It wasn't in the woods anymore. Time stopped meaning anything and I had to kill myself to escape.
You poor thing. That must have been so frightening for you.
Okay, a little less of the sarcasm.
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathising with us. This whole thing's been an ordeal, hasn't it? She doesn't mean it.
It serves you right. I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. But now you know how bad it hurts to get stabbed in the chest. It sounds like you got exactly what you're owed.
I mean, she's not exactly wrong. Okay, I want to let her possess us. We can try and get the heck out of here. Okay, I've given it enough thought. Let's get you out of here.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Please make it gentle.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs. Your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Ooh, I don't like that noise.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh?
Ooh.
Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Interesting.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Yes. They are wonderful and charming and they have their moments.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Oh, really?
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Ooh.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
It was worth it.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Ooh, interesting. So we have options. We can try and leave the basement or slay the princess. I'm assuming try to kill ourselves with the princess possessing us. Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. I can't think straight. There's too much noise.
Then don't think. Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave. But if I'm stuck in here, I'll be making some renovations. It's too crowded.
Oh, okay. What if we try to slay the princess now that she's possessing us? I know I said I was going to try and make things nice with her and let her possess us, but what if we try and slay the princess now? I want to see what happens. Ooh, yeah, I want to see what happens. I'm going to try and slay the princess.
Isn't that an interesting idea?
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that? Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
I'm just trying to pick options that I think would have the most wide branches and lead to the more interesting paths that, of the story.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it.
Mr. Sims, don't whisper like that. It's distracting.
You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
Ooh.
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
No!
Ooh.
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Who do you think you are, trying to take me out with you? Well, I'll show you. I can do worse than that little knife.
Oh, shit.
It's not you taking me out. It's me taking you out. I'll tear this body to shreds.
Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd like to see you try. But I think this is the end for all of us.
I said I'm leaving, you cold little freak.
You feel a violent tear, like the shape that you thought was you was never really a single shape to begin with. Something in the space you occupy has decided to leave, and it has brought you with it. You have been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you have been stripped away from something. It always hurts to forget at first, but then you forget the pain.
Do you think we're done, you self-destructive murderer?
Oh, shit! The words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you're on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers. Wait, is that us? And we can see us? Is that me? Is that what I look like?
Oh, you're here. Great. maybe you'll finally get to feel what it's like to be me. And yeah, that's you, or what's left of you.
Oh, shit.
Ugly sight.
Oh, shit!
I'm willing to pretend that you didn't just stab yourself to spite me, but don't think I've forgotten a thing. This is an alliance of convenience.
Oh. Gurgling liquid bubbles up from an open pocket in the disintegrating mass in front of you. It is trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue that speech requires.
Wait, maybe that still counts as leaving together. Come on, let's get the hell out of here.
Gonna save, because this is very different. Okay, listen, I'm just gonna say, sorry I stabbed us.
At least you're paying the price now, but how about we not waste time talking about what...
You are seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It is quiet and you are alone. This is what you deserve. 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 And now we're in the princess's head. Oh, shit. Oh, this is interesting. Oh my god, the cursor is different. I can't zoom in so you guys can see it clearer, but I'll put it up here so you can see it a bit better. Instead of the clawed finger with the talon, it's the hand that has the shackle around it and a little bit of bone sticking out. Oh, the details in this game just, mwah, I love it.
Well, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Well, that's something. I guess we're really stuck together then.
You're not mad at me, are you?
Like I said, we have an alliance of convenience right now. I wouldn't poke too hard at the edges of that.
You're different. Your whole mood is different.
Poking at the edges when I specifically told you not to? We're both stuck here, and everything started over. How about we both just try and make the best of it, okay? Besides, there's something about you being in here with me that just feels right. It's hard to stay mad at you like this.
Okay. Hang on. I killed you though, and I tried killing you again.
You really want me to be mad at you, don't you? Too bad, I guess. For both of us.
How are we supposed to get out of here?
Are you seriously asking me that? I've been stuck here for as long as you've known me. I don't think the two of us would be here right now if I knew how to leave.
If we're both here, then what happened to the others?
There's 4 walls around us and a chain around my wrist. How am I supposed to know about anything that isn't right in front of me? Maybe they're gone. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And if nobody comes by, well, I guess we'll be waiting a long, long time.
Are we still a ghost? Your gaze turns to your hands. Solid, then translucent, then solid again.
Huh. I don't know. It's like we're one and then the other. Make up your mind already, body, will you?
What are we supposed to do? Just wait for something to happen?
You have any better ideas?
No, not really. There has to be something for us to do other than wait.
You already said that.
Oh, I'm gonna say, because this is interesting. Now that I think about it, both times I've been here, nothing happened until after I saw a title card. We haven't seen a title card yet.
A title card? What on earth are you talking about?
Okay, we're fully smashing through the fourth wall here. Okay. The first one I got said, Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. And then after we both died, I got Chapter 2, The Spectre.
Some hero you turned out to be.
Ha ha, get your laughs out.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at...
You were laughing at me.
Okay, maybe I was. A little, but this whole setup is funny, really. But really, it's like our lives are some cruel little play for someone else's entertainment.
Okay. As someone who's worked with a lot of audio over the years, it's one of the most interesting things about this game is the level of detail that comes with the audio design. So when the princess is speaking, her voice it doesn't quite sound the same as when, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it in chat, or people who are watching this. I'm not sure if you can pick up that her voice sounds a little bit like just a hair more muffled. And it's as though it is naturally muffled because when we speak, we hear our own voices slightly differently than we hear other people's voices projected at us. So when the princess is talking to us and we're in our own body, her voice sounds different. Now we are in the princess's body, it sounds just a little bit different. And the level of detail is flooring me. Like, they didn't have to do that, but they did that, and it makes this so much more immersive. It's just so good.
I'm sorry, okay? Chapter 3, The Princess and the Dragon.
Okay, save, because this is amazing. The Princess and the Dragon. I thought it was maybe some sort of bird.
I like to think of you as a dragon. It's close enough.
Fair enough. Oh shit. The click of a latch and creaking hinges, muffled. Something is here.
I think that's you.
Oh no. Your gaze turns back to your hands. They flicker once again.
We're still a mess. It's like you don't really know what we are.
A thump on the floorboards above, and then another. The scraping of metal against a surface. The flickering in your body stops. You are solid.
So, you took the knife. Of course you did.
Interesting that we can now hear everything in so much more detail. Oh, and we can understand how she can hear the slightest of movements upstairs and how she knows we take the dagger. Okay, I'm going to save over these ones as well because I want all these like minute decisions to be saved. Am I going to say anything? Silence.
Apparently not.
Movement on the stairs.
You're always so loud on the way down.
Oh god, do we see us? Screenshot. Screenshot. And then a figure emerges, shrouded in feathered darkness, the world trailing behind it, its shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls. It stares at you with wild, hollow eyes. Save. What the hell am I?
The dragon, obviously.
Okay, start out small. Hello? But you say nothing.
I'm the one in control here. You don't get to put words in my mouth.
Okay.
Back to the same song and dance, aren't we?
Ooh, interesting. The head on the figure cocks to the side. Is it inquisitive, suspicious, hostile? Its emotions are unreadable.
Well, what's it going to be this time?
Okay, this feels new. This feels like this is part of the Pristine Cut. Because I've heard a lot about Slay the Princess. I haven't heard anyone talking about this scene. The silence holds. Why am I... Hang on. What are my options? Oh, smash. Absolutely. Am I arguing with myself in there? Has that always happened in real time?
So that's what's going on with all that silent staring.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so we're just standing there listening to ourselves blather on with all the different voices, and she's just sitting there patiently with like the shackle around her wrist, just going like, is he gonna say something? Is he gonna kill me?
Hey, I'm talking to you. It's rude to have a conversation in front of other people without letting them in on it.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
Oh no! Oh fuck! I don't like this. I don't like that smile. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, sorry, that just made my skin crawl. I am so uncomfortable. Oh fuck! I am genuinely fucking terrified right now. He raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of his eyes.
But I think we hold the power right now.
Wait. Is that us or is that the narrator?
Do you hold the power right now? Because I think you're missing a very important part of yourself, so I wouldn't be too hasty about using that knife.
Wait, you know about the Decider being gone? Okay, well, that changes things, doesn't it?
Wait! No, these are all the different voices, but we, the voice of the hero, are missing! Oh, fuck! Oh, God! Oh, no! Oh, no! Okay, screw it. I am making a whole lineup of this scene because I just need to know everything.
I love that you're trying to contribute, but I think we need to take a little sidebar.
So yeah, these are probably all color coordinated to all the different voices. Oh, now I need to pin down who's who. Oh, yes! Oh God! Okay, I am fangirling so fucking hard right now. Yes!
But I don't want to do it. I'm so sorry. This will just be a moment.
Okay, who are you? Maybe that's the voice of the cynic? Silence as the mind in front of you falls back into itself.
Unbelievable.
I think you'll have to make them listen. Try being assertive.
Believe me, I can be assertive.
Yes, you can.
I'm talking to you?
My apologies. They're really being quite dull in here.
That's definitely the voice of the cold. Where's Smitten? I kind of want to see Smitten, please.
I think they want to kill you. At least the new one does. He's very, very passionate about it.
Oh, is that a new voice?
Well, he can try if he wants, but I'm not so sure you all have it in you. Not without your missing piece.
Nah, but that just makes it two birds with one stone, doesn't it? How tempting. From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy.
Also, the design. Holy shit, is it cool.
Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
Bring it then. But you caught me off guard the first time. It's not going to happen again.
Well, what can I say? I'd back off if I wasn't already overcommitted, so I guess I'll just have to pretend that you're bluffing. Which you maybe, probably are.
Having second thoughts?
Shut up.
You can feel yourself shrink and then grow, vacillating between small and large, weak and powerful, as the thing in front of you attacks, blade raised and wings spreading. Screenshot. Oh shit, the detail. Holy shit, this is incredible.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this.
Oh, so no, I think the grayish blue was the voice of the cold. This is a different one. I don't know who this is, but I think we encountered them, this voice in our previous run of this game. Ooh.
Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count.
Who's he?
Says who? Says me. He's not one of us. He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves to say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
This is broken. This might be the voice of the broken or cold. I can't quite tell. Oh, I need to know. I need to know. Silence for just a moment as cold eyes regard you. And then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. But the hesitation doesn't last, and you feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding deep into your chest. But you can feel something else, too. Rage. Flowing from your heart and balling up in closed fists. You throw them at the thing's face and...
You can feel bone crack as her fist collides with your jaw, and then a thud as you tumble across the room.
Oh my god!
You are such a disappointment.
I'd like to see you do better.
It was Opportunist! Okay! Opportunist is also in here.
The blade from her chest and, fury in her eyes, cuts herself loose from her binding.
We're back, baby! Okay, I'm gonna save. Wait, I'm back in my body, stop! Were you getting stabbed? Switch me back!
Oh, you're different. You're back, just as I intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really.
Fuck you, Opportunist!
Then I just have to make this next one count.
Yep, she's gonna kill us.
As she closes the distance, she raises the blade to strike and... kills us. Well, she certainly stabs you, and it certainly hurts.
Oh, okay, we got a rare achievement. This is definitely part of the Pristine Cut, and I need to see how many people have got this, or what percentage it is, but it was shiny, so this must be super, super different. Okay. Oh, this is interesting.
But the knife doesn't leave your body. As you grab her wrists, she drives the weapon deeper and deeper into your chest. Your knees buckle from the pain, and as she forcefully pushes you to the ground...
You are torn between two places. I'm gonna save here because this is really cool.
I'm taking you back.
What? You are power and you are weakness. You are hope and you are despair. You are acceptance and you are rejection. You are the canvas and you are the painter. Princess? You are the victim and you are the victimizer. You are life and you are death. The hero and the princess and the dragon.
Don't let us die here.
You slam the door in your own face.
Don't let everything die here. You have to end this.
His words are empty, hollow echoes, the ravings of a ghost.
Please.
But he is already gone. The threads all tie themselves together into a loop that does not end.
Does this mean we're together?
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna save again before we go to the quiet. Look at your hands, tattered and stained in memories.
Maybe. Why were we fighting each other?
You started it.
We needed something to do.
Oh, and the icon has changed so our hands are intertwined. Like the curse has changed as well. Oh, that's so cool.
I guess we did.
To new beginnings.
Do you feel cold?
No. No. Your peace does not last, nor can it ever. It's time to leave, memory returns. Holy shit.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
We got another achievement, the Princess and the Dragon, the Princess and the Dragon, the Princess and the Dragon. Another rare achievement. This is part of the Pristine Cut, and it's so good.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
You don't need to comfort them.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Finally! We're going places.
Whatever makes you happy.
You approach the mirror. What is our reflection like? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. What does this princess look like? You're at the cabin. Oh.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new. And to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Yeah, the colors are inverted. Oh, that's so cool.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It was inverted for the basement too when we were looking through her eyes. Yes, I think it's interesting that maybe with that insight into what the princess's perception of the world is like, with all like the colors inverted, it's a kind of like yin and yang inversion. So we see the world as we see it, but then she sees the contrasting opposite of it in terms of the colors being inverted possibly. I don't know. Either way, it's just very visually cool. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart.
Oh my god. So I know that there's a couple of hearts and vessels that you can come across that do have a slightly more romantic aspect to it. And this game is all about love and the many different facets of love, from the most destructive and toxic to the more sweeter and softer side. This one, in a strange sort of way, feels like the one that's the most grounded, because we were literally entwined with each other in like both a physical and spiritual and psychological sense. So that empathetic, quite literally empathetic connection is so interesting in this incarnation.
Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Okay, I think with this, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Oh. We got an empathetic heart held in stencil.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call it here for the night, because this whole path that we ended up going down was completely unexpected to me, and honestly, so fucking fascinating. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to call it a night here, because I want to savor this update as much as possible. We already got a taste of one of the paths that we could discover, and honestly, just going with like organic choices, I'm not going off of any guides or anything like that. I have been kind of spoiled a bit because I wanted to look up more about this game and listen to some video essays on it. So I am familiar with some of the different paths from the standard game, but I don't know anything about any of the other paths that are available in the Pristine Cut. So this new one that we got was absolutely incredible. And yes, my cosplayer brain is already taking notes. Oh, that cosplay is going to be tricky. But yes, this is incredible. I'm planning on keep playing Slay the Princess until we're ready to switch things over with Dragon Age the Veilguard. So we're going to be continuing Slay the Princess on Monday and Wednesday. So I hope you can all join me for that. It's going to be amazing, I can just tell. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. A big thank you to everyone who resubscribed. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I will see you on Monday for more Slay the Princess. If you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, then please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You are welcome anytime. Be sure to check out my other socials that are popping up in the chat right now, including my 2 YouTube channels, one for my ASMR tales and the other for my Twitch VODs, and my Twitter, my Blue Sky, my Insta, and my TikTok. I have a brand new ASMR tale coming out tomorrow night, which is the next chapter of Shadows and Stardust, my yandere superhero ASMR tale. So be sure to check that out if you like some darker romance. Put a lot of love into this one, so I can't wait for you guys to check that out and join me for the premiere. It's going to be amazing. Well, let's see who's currently live and we can go say hello. Blair Bear is playing Hades, so let us go say hello to the amazing as always Blair. But yes, this ended up being perfect timing because I was getting a little bit EV, but oh, now my brain is on fire. Oh, I'm so happy we got to see a bit of the Pristine Cut and like some of the new stuff that's in this updated version. This is incredible. I love this game already. I'm even more in love with it now. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I'll see you on Monday for more Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you tomorrow night for the premiere of the next chapter of Shadows and Stardust. Have a wonderful weekend, and remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, my lovelies.